Hello again, this is Deman bringing you League of Legends, and well, I'm going to give a big shout out to Kazoku. He got first on the last match which I posted, went up this afternoon, and congrats to him. So it is the eSports Heaven Finals once again, and just by the way, I will be doing that from now on, if I'm doing it the day after, which is kind of the plan. So, yes, it is another replay, and well, as you can see, we are following Sneaky. So it is League of Legends, it is the eSports 7 AMD Finals, it is Gamed versus LowLandLions, and again we are from the perspective of LowLandLions. Definitely going more zoomed out. So, what do we have? Teams. It is going to be Sneaky on Caitlyn, Alibaba on Gangplank, Cowking on Nocturne, Ishtai on Janna, and Tabs on Cassiopeia. So Nocturne in the jungle for LowLandLions with obviously Janna support and that AD or carry of Caitlyn, which we've kind of had the last few times. This time, though, as you can see, Sense is on something different. So, in the middle, it's going to be Assis on Karthus, Glucosa in the jungle on a Mumu. Very easy to counter a Mumu, but it can be very strong when it comes to them team fights. Sense is going to be on Vayne down the bottom with Sona support, which is going to be Sand, and I Love Ponies up the top on Aurelia. Sneaky immediately getting hit there by Sand, but shielded up and replies with a shot of his own. He's going to pull back, recover any hit point drain he may have. So, I expect that Vayne and Sona will be taking the golems. Look at that. Perfect. Exactly what LowLandLions were thinking the same. So, they're going to ping that. So, Cowking is going to be starting on the Wraiths, the Wolves, sorry. Meanwhile, Alibaba covers the golems up top. Stop any invade. Ishtai is going to go, has Clairvoyance up. Is he going to place a ward possibly here? Yes, he will do. Checking out the wraiths there. Good vision through the ward placement. Can see the full wraiths. Obviously get a good look at the triangle position. So good ward placement there. So Ishtai is going to come up and they're going to help out Cowking. Excuse me as I get hiccups. Bit of windy pops there. I help out Cowking on the golem buff. Sneaky puts an extra shot in and returns to lane. So we're going to have Tabs versus Assis in mid once again. It is going to be Cassiopeia versus Karthus though. Gangplank versus Aurelia up top. We haven't got a glimpse of Aurelia just yet. We've got to keep an eye on that one. Sense down the bottom and Sona. Vayne and Sona. We are going to have Cowking look like going for a possible early gank attempt, or will he go and try and invade? Has just Clairvoyance, so they know exactly that he's on the Wolves. I think he's going to try and get an early attack here. It is going to be surely Sam who's going to be the target. Yes, they will come across. Oh, the Q missing though. Instead, they're going to put the fear across Sense. I think they probably should have gone for Sam there. Almost certainly would have got a kill if they'd got the fear trigger onto Sam there, but instead, he's going to back away. Cowking will return to jungle. We did see at the Wolves it was a movement, and now we can see him at Wraiths. And I think we're going to get a counter from Cowking here. Looking like he may well. Did he get Clairvoyance? Yes, he did. They Clairvoyanced onto Cowking. That's why they're moving. I just saw them move in position there. They're going to go for Sand instead. Oh, Sneaky's not quite there in time. Has flashed across now. He's going to get the Piltover a Peacemaker on towards Sand. Flashes into the bush. It's a fail flash. And that gets him the first blood there. Nicely done. Glucose is going to reply. Goes straight towards Tabs. Tabs taken down very low. Oh, he has going to flash out. Goes straight towards jungle there. Karthus also fairly low, but Tabs is going to get away without and uses a health pot. The rest of LowLandLions were coming into support. So Sand going down as first blood. Really, it was a case of trying to protect the jungler, because Amumu, like I said, he can be countered quite easily, which is probably why they put that aggressive ward there. Cowking trying to do the early counter. Remember, he was countered pretty hard as Amumu in the last game, so he's just returning the favour really. 1-1 in terms of games. If you missed the first two games, pretty spectacular. Both sides really had a very strong rounds. You know, both sides, LowLandLions very strong in the first and Gamed very strong in the second. So this is going to be a tough one to call. I'm not too sure who is going to be capable to come out and win. At the moment though, Sneaky looking like he's been the more aggressive. He was pushed quite heavily back in the last game by Sense, who was on Ashe in the last round. But this time, obviously using Caitlyn's range advantage to try and poke Sense back. But Sense, if he can get that damage early on, will be very dangerous. Alibaba and I Love Ponies at the top here once again. Alibaba on Gangplank this time though, and I Love Ponies on Aurelia. I think he was on Aurelia against the Jax last time, so Gangplank on the Jax. And yeah, in fact no, he was Gangplank versus Jax. I remember now. I'm not that old and senile just yet. If I sound like I'm in a bit of a jovial mood, I am. I've just figured something out in HD Access which has took me ages. I'm feeling so happy at the moment that I've got this server config finally working properly. It is my full-time job is a web developer. So I am a little bit high on life as we speak. So Assis in mid has used up 2 health pots. She's got the 1 left. Same with Tabs. Actually, sorry, I'll tell a lie. He's got 2. He's going to use 1 up. Tabs used up 2. So Tabs been a little bit harassed by Assis's Leigh waste. He's going to get the slow bar across, but I think Assis just took a tower hit. I'm not too sure whether it was. We're never quite sure when the lag bounces back and forward. However, you know, I'm not going to hack on it because, you know, Haxalot brought us this, Haxalot and friends, I should say. It's probably not just Haxalot. I'm sure there was a few others involved. Brought us this wonderful LOL replay which we've not been able to function. I certainly been able to do these 77 videos I think I've done now without this Alibaba and being pushed by Isle of Ponies at the top there. However, in beta testing is the spec mode. It is live. And if you go into custom games various times, just like with Dominion, they haven't really announced it, but you go in there at certain times, check it out. It is there. You can spectate some custom games. Granted, most people are probably going to be bot matches, but from our point of view, it means we can just go straight onto the main realm when the teams have got these, say, Go for LOL tournaments. Meanwhile, they're diving on towards Isle of Ponies. Alibaba does come in with a beautiful Banish toss. I'm not too sure whether they're both going to get away with this one. The Karthus ulti has gone off. Glucosa is going to be able to push them back. I think it was Kaukin was very low. Alibaba backs away as well, and that's going to be a second kill on Aurelia there as I waffle on. But yes, the spec mode. I'm sure you've seen it. Get yourself onto Reddit. Get yourself onto those forums. People have been posting. They are actually going into the custom games. So get yourself checking them out, which means I think I'm going to be able to start streaming the Go for LOL tournaments. So a bit more regular LOL may be coming out from me on my stream. That will probably be on, I think I have an owned TV channel, which I may start making use of. I've also got a Quad V channel. Quad V is the broadcasting company that I'm kind of based with. I am technically a director with them, so kind of is a little weak in that calling, but I am a member of Quad V. So we're possibly going to be doing some streaming soon, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Also, with Joe Miller, I'm going to be doing some streaming with him as well. I've spoke to him since he got back from New York, and he's all for getting back underway for some regular Monday and I think Monday and Tuesday slots, he was saying. So plenty of Go for LOL monthlies, etc., all that sort of thing. I think the EMS is starting back up as well, so that's the ESL Masters. Remember the ESL Masters? It was US versus EU. I believe that's starting back up soon. So, plenty of things to come, and of course, Season 2 announced will be coming soon. So, back to the game. We can see Cassiopeia is going to pick up the blue, which is Cow King's out. I guess Karthus is doing the same because he's missing in the middle at the moment. Would be kind of shocking if he wasn't. Yeah, there he is. Just picked up the blue, so they both reappear. Let's have a look at the CS while we have this slight lull in the gameplay. BF Sword, Big Mother Hubbard is being bought. I'm sure you all know what the BF Sword stands for. It is that Quake reference, really, with the BFG, I guess it's in relation to, but yes, BF Sword already by Sneaky, so big damage going to be coming out from Caitlyn. Sense is going to really have to avoid that. There we go, you see the Piltover Peacemaker, look at the damage, he's being ripped apart towards Sense there. He doesn't give a rat's about Sand shooting him, he's going to flash onto him. Will he be able to get his ulti? He hasn't quite got the experience, he's halfway through, but he's going to force him right out of lane. He's going to do a chunk of damage to Sand as well. Get a Piltover Peacemaker across, oh my word, he's just got away with absolutely nothing, and that has pushed them both out of lane. Now King comes down and goes, could you just not wait 5 seconds for me? I was already coming down. But it doesn't matter. Sneaky with that BF Sword. He's been tearing it up. Let's have a look towards the top there. Alibaba with that Philosopher's Stone now. And a Madra's Razor and a Vampiric Scepter for I Love Ponies. CS-wise, let's have a quick look at that. Well, Sanders actually stayed in lane. That Piltover Peacemaker going back across again. Once he goes through a bunch of minions, it will actually deteriorate in its damaging abilities, but this is setting them up nicely for that dragon, possible early dragon. He's just hit 6, he's going to possibly level up and maybe have a snipe onto someone just to really force them down in health. But let's have a look at the CS, which is what I was trying to get to. 55 to 58, so actually Sense is ahead in the CS, despite the fact Sneaky's been and got that BF Sword. Game has got himself a BF Sword now. There we go, so Game replies, Sense has replied and got himself a BF Sword. On my way top, says Nocturne, so we'll keep our eye up here at the moment. Looking towards the top, it is 68 for Gangplank to Aurelia 63. Remember, Aurelia has been ganked up the top here, and it was Gangplank that picked up the kill. Also, Caitlyn had picked up the kill earlier. Caitlyn now returning with a pair of boots as well. In the mid, meanwhile, you can see Tabs getting that slow bar coming across him. Aziz is just going to try and force him back with that late waist. Tabs, he's not really that low. He's got himself some Sorcerer's Shoes and Amplifying Tone with that ward, which is going to put him at 74 CS compared to 81 CS. No shock, really, that Kassadin is leading slightly with the CS. Kassadin, in the meantime, has got himself that Calculus Protector, along with the blue buff that they both have. Been pushed down the bottom here. You can see pressure going on towards Sneaky. Sorry, I'm going a bit fast here. I'm all excited. I just can't contain myself. Sense is forcing Sneaky back a little bit, and he's going to put them traps down, those cupcakes, as they were. Sam stepping in one of those traps, expect to pilt over. He's just sort of positioning him, I think. He's not going to go for it. He steps on the trap and he didn't pilt over across, which I thought he may do. There's a ping gone down, so possibly Kassadin and a Mumu might be around this bottom river area. You can see my mouse in the bottom corner. I'm waving it around the dragon. I try not to move the screen too much because, you know, shaking the screen around like this can be kind of annoying, can't it, after a while? I'm sure you're probably getting annoying already. So, Sneaky coming a couple of shots on towards Sense there. It's going to continue getting that CS. Big damage from the two. But Sneaky with that slight advantage did have that kill. You can see him going aggressive. Is a Mumu there? We can see Cassiopeia being caught there, and he's going to get taken down by Aziz. Back down the bottom. Will they get the kill? No, he won't manage to get out of that one. It will be the Gangplank ulti as well went in there and helped, so there's going to be an assist. Actually, Gangplank is on the other team, so it won't be an assist, will it? But that means they are going to go for Dragon, surely. Has Vayne and Sona been pushed back enough? No, because there is a Mumu on it, and there is Vayne rolling in, so the rest of the team are going to have to reply to this. Nocturne's coming down, they are going to pick it up, so Game picking up the first Dragon there. LowLandLions were really quite slack to respond to that. I knew that they were there way before they seemed to even bother reacting. That they just didn't seem to pick it up. I don't understand why they weren't on that one a bit more. Maybe because of the fact they just realised, you know, we are down to 4, so therefore we're probably not going to be able to fight this one. Especially when they're moving with the ulti. Aurelia had also gone south. You see him returning back there. So 2-1 in kills at the moment. LowLandLions with that slight advantage. We've got Cow King ninjaing in towards the brush here. Wouldn't have been spotted. And Sneaky also, you can see him putting that trap there just to try and sort of bait them into it, as it were. It's like, kind of like the SK Fnatic bait. Oh, Glucosa coming down on a Mumu. But we can see that on our screen. Cow King has gone in for Sand there. He's going to get poor Sand. Oh, pinned on the wall there. And an ulti from Sand there. That's going to be Cow King surely going down. Yes, he will be. Sense will get the kill. Glucosa coming in. Has used his ulti, I think. Sense is going to try and get on towards Ishtar. Ishtar having to use his ulti to back them up. Sneaky's still full health, though. And we can see Tabs coming around the side there. He's going to go straight towards Glucosa. Pops his ulti. Doesn't matter. He's going to get taken down. Sense also going to follow. Will get taken down. It will be Tabs double kill. Kassadin coming down to try Carthus. Sorry, not Kassadin. I don't know where I'm pulling that one from. Tabs will go. Oh, Sandy's going to get taken down, but I think Tabs will follow. Will be a kill. That's going to be the kill. And it's actually Tabs that picked it up. So that's a triple kill for Tabs there. Working out very nicely for him. That's going to be your ability power hero picking up all that. It's going to boost him way ahead in the ability power. But Aziz did pick up a kill in there. Got himself Rod of Ages now. Meanwhile, at the top here, you can see I Love Ponies going on towards the minions, using his ulti to try and heal it up. He's got that Wriggles, Lantern, and Ninja Tabby. Alibaba, in the process, has only really gone for GP5 items, so he's got no damage at the moment. Unlike the Trinity Force, which I think we saw I Love Ponies building up quite quickly last time he was on Gangplank. So Alibaba having to go for the GP5, so he's just continuing to force on. I Love Ponies is farming quite happily in the mid. So 5-3 in terms of kills. Pretty lively one, this one. Let's have a look at what Tabs has been and got. Tabs has got himself that Giant's Bow and Blasting one, so probable Ryler's Crystal Scepter coming out there. Alibaba, he got Mercury Treads actually. I think I missed that. Yes, got himself some Mercury Treads as well. So the blue buff being given to Tabs as he returns to mid. Sneaky in the meantime has got himself then Berserker Greaves and a Vampiric Scepter, so Bloodthirster almost complete. Just caught a glimpse of Vayne. What's Vayne been and got? Also Berserker Greaves and also going for the Vampiric Scepter. So Vayne and Caitlyn actually identical builds right now. How are they in terms of CS? 94 to 90, so slight advantage to Vayne in terms of CS. 103, 111. Remember, they do have the Dragon, which will be coming up in around about 3 minutes' time, so we'll keep our eye on that one. You're looking at the top, you can see the pings going down. Tabs is going to come up to LowLandLions using his ulti, actually. Tabs has done the dive on the tower, and they will take him down there. Oh, wow, Glucosa just about missing there. Tabs being ignited, just about missing with that bandage toss, but wow, just saw Karthus coming out and just thought better of it, I think, and backed off with a moo. Back down the bottom, it is going on once again. Sneaky going in on towards Sand there, trying to put the damage down on him. Really built over Peacemaker. No, he's going to take 2 tower shots. He doesn't want to do that. That's used up the shield which Janna puts on. Remember, that puts a chunk of damage on. I can see what it's actually up to at the moment, maybe. He's going to snipe on towards Sand there, which is going to get blocked. 235 sniping for so far. I was just going to wait and see if that shield buff goes on him, see how much AP AD gives, and I missed it again. Missed it again. Vayne's going to keep diving on towards Sneaky there, using that ulti to, wow, actually take Ishto pretty low. Sense is going to reply. Sneaky replies straight away towards Sense there, knocking him back. But very aggressive play from both AD carriers down the bottom here. Looking back towards the mid, Assis has returned. And they're both with that blue buff. Yeah, he has completed that Rylai's Crystal Scepter now. Tabs, so Nocturne saying I'll take red first and then we'll come and get the kill. So he's picking up the red. Cow King has got that Wriggles Lantern and a pair of boots. Looking up towards the top, Alibaba using some oranges, has got himself a Sheen now, along with that dagger. So building up the, guessing down the bottom, just having to see the ping, building up the Zeal. Howling Gale coming across on towards Sand there. Sneaky's not really going to follow up. Well, he is actually going to follow up with quite a bit of damage. It's not really quite enough. Has got that Bloodthirster now complete. Sense also does not have the Bloodthirster complete just yet. They did a big chunk of damage off that tower. It's down to 655 health, so that tower quite low at the moment. Pings go down. We are a minute away from Dragon, and Karthus is missing mid. And don't forget, Amumu is around there as well. We do have a ward in this river, so we've got a good view on it. They're going to try and peek onto a Sneaky. That's going to be the ulti from Cow King going across. Sand actually using his ulti in perfect position, but I don't think Sand's going to get away from him. Oh, he stepped on a trap. Oh, Cow King comes down. They're actually going for Sense there. Exhaust going down. Caitlyn will go down. Cow King will get the kill. Glucosa, though, is certainly going to pick up another kill. Will he get the bandage toss on towards Cow King? Why did Cow King just take a tower hit? I have no idea what he was thinking there. He was trying to guide him in towards Tabs' position. Meanwhile, Ishtai is going to back off. Assis is there, so Karthus did come down. Tabs does pick up the kill, though. Tabs is going to come around. He's got Assis. I'm not too sure if he could possibly go for the kill here. Assis. Tabs is taken very lowly, and remember that Leigh will expose him in there. He's going to get caught with the slow bar. Assis, I think, will finish him off. Yes, he will do. Nicely done by Assis on a rampage. He's picking up what I think maybe 2 or 3 kills in there. Cow King got the double kill as well. And Assis is going to continue pushing up. Oh, he got that slow bar across Ishtai. Ishtai's Howling Gale's going to save him there. Will try and go in for the lay waste. Instead, he's just going to take down those minions. Back towards the top, I can see action going on. Alibaba once again being pushed on towards the tower. I Love Ponies seems to have the better of him in terms of CF. Has gone back and bought that Sheen. I'll have a quick look at the CS. We can see it is 156 to 114. That is a big advantage. So a 40 CS advantage for I Love Ponies so far, which equates to what, roughly 800 gold, I think, somewhere around there, probably even a little bit more, in fact, if I'm brutally honest. Sense now has got that Bloodthirster complete. Pretty action-packed game. Alibaba is giving up on the tower up the top here, cannot do anything about it, does not want to fight I Love Ponies, and that is pretty much a lane one by Aurelia. Dominant stuff there, so I Love Ponies again winning that lane against Alibaba. He's not had much luck against him in these 3 matches. Look at that, just teleporting full view. Alibaba continues to farm, though, having to build up that Trinity Force ever so slowly. Just got a glimpse of Karthus popping out there. Got himself a needlessly large rod now. Did pick up, I think it was a triple killer in there. Oh, we have had to Doran's ring stack here. Actually quite late on by Tabs there, so having to build up that hit points and a little bit of ability power. I'll actually say a little bit. It probably gives him 45 ability power, so it's quite handy. Also gives him that mana regen. So here we go. Glucosa on the Dragon. It has just spawned. Actually, for some reason, they had it down as 17:53. Well, 17:53. We're in 19:425. So yeah, it was due long ago. So that's going to be game picking up another dragon. Meanwhile, they're going to try and snipe across there. Isle of Pony's going to dive on towards Kalki. Kalki take it down very low. It is going to go down. Tabs actually in the meantime just sat there. Does pop his ulti across and backs away. So managed to turn a couple of stone, but really didn't have the damage or help to support and follow that one up. Sneaky is going to port away. Bottom tower at 362 health. Mid tower, so at the moment Gamed are winning the lane phase yet again. They have got 2 dragons, they've got the top turret down, bottom is as near as damn it dead, and it's looking like the mid turret is going to go down as well, and Alibaba is going to use his ulti to try and clear that wave. Will try and save the turret, will just about save that turret. It is down to 703 health, and help is what they need, is what I'm thinking. Help. Sneaky help. Meanwhile, Sneaky is almost got that zeal built up. He's going to go back down the bottom and continue farming. You can see Vayne also there trying to both get themselves a bit of free farm. Will either of them go aggressive on one another? Yes, he will do. Peacemaker will go across, but he actually missed onto Sensor. With that red buff, though, will go down towards Sneaky. Does slow him down, remember. Also putting that big chunk of damage which he gets from the tumble, I believe, is the word for the skill. Instead of Gamble, which I think I called it before. Meanwhile, you can see they're jostling in the middle. Nobody actually really damaging each other. I am keeping my eye on these health sides here. Meanwhile, it is Sneaky that's actually under attack. That's going to be the ulti. Oh, Sneaky's surely going to get pinned. He's going to exhaust him on the turret. And that is going to be getting away with that one nicely. We got Nocturne just coming down, though. And where is Cow King? There it is. Is he going to have his ulti up? Yes, he will go straight in. That's going to be a kill for Cow King. Had to use the Clairvoyance and ulti to get it, but they managed to catch him out. He knew it was coming, though. So 1 for 1, but when your AD carry gets taken down by the opposition AD carry, you know you're in trouble. So mid turret getting beaten on a little bit by the AP and support. Bottom turret is going to go down, and it's almost inevitable after that. And that mid turret taken almost down by Tabs and Ishtai there. Tabs is going to back away from that one. So we'll look at towards Aurelia. Aurelia now almost got that Trinity Force complete as well. Cow King has managed to push a big chunk onto that lane, so they're going to have to deal with that. Vayne's probably going to come back there. It's not going to be too much of a problem. I think they want to finish this mid turret. You know, it's at 213 health, so it would be certainly the right thing to do. Just that next wave, they could probably just follow it up with one person, which is exactly what Tam's going to try and do. Try and take it down quick. I expect Karthus to be back here in a moment. And there is Vayne. He has got that zeal. And there, surely Sneaky takes one shot in it. Will the minions take it? No, they will not. It's on 28 health. That's just cruel. Could have had one more shot in there, but I didn't want to get caught out by him with his bandage toss. So Glucosa, looks like he has a Sunfire cape on there. He does, along with that Hog and Philosopher's Stone. It's going to be the bottom turret. That was taken pretty low already. So that was just Karthus continuing to push that lane. Nearly got the Rabadon's death cap. Meanwhile, they do push on this midpoint. And it is 476 hit points. We've also got Alibaba pushing top. They have got the ward placed in river, which now you can see Isle of Ponies, which means Alibaba will probably back away now. Yes, he will. Signify that straight away. Doesn't want to go one-on-one there. Could be more coming in. That's going to be a single shot on the turret. And there it will be. Sneaky taking down the mid turret. So, even on turrets now. That is 2 for 2. Remember, the gold advantage is key. And currently, despite the fact it's 10-8, I think it may just tilt in the favour of Gamed. They are up on the CS last time I checked, 150 to 147, so 2 AD carries pretty much even. Sense is really feeling quite aggressive, isn't he, against Sneaky. Sneaky landing that Piltover over Peacemaker across him is going to catch him a couple of times. Going to have to back away from that one, because if Tabs managed to get his grubby little mitts on him, that would have certainly been death for him, especially with that Rylers. Could have got that slow down on him. Glucosa was lingering though to help out. Cow King, meanwhile, he's building himself up. Here we go. Cow King going tanky now. So he's got that brutalizer for that armor penetration and damage. He's also got the health pot, so health from the Giant's belt. So building it up. I think Dragon is due. It was 19 something there or thereabouts, wasn't it? They took it down. So another minute or two just yet. Sneaky has gone to top there. You know, we've heard it in many games about, say, I'm now thinking CLG, because I'm sure some of you out there would have seen Elements' post. He was basically, you know, he breaks down what went wrong for CLG in a tournament if they don't win it, which It is brutally honest, in my opinion, what they've done, and I would hope that he's discussed it with his teammates about it. I guess he has. You know, they're probably quite happy with him posting it. The fact that he posted the second one certainly indicates that, or maybe he just doesn't give a crap. But what he talks about in that is the fact that Charleston needs to be assertive and go out and keep farming. It's exactly what we're seeing both Sneaky and Sense doing in this game. You know, we're getting this 4-on-4 action in the mid between these two guys, but all the time it's just Vayne and Caitlyn off in their lane doing their thing, just keeping that farm going, constantly keeping their lanes, not pushed too far, not steaming up to the towers deep in. They're just keeping it so it's even. That's all they're doing. You see, again, Sneaky come back down there, going to keep it even. Ping's going across. They're expecting them to be pushing on him. Instead, Aurelia had just gone down bottom, I think. But you can see Caitlyn is just going to push this lane, keep it even, and then work her way back. Dragon is due shortly, so they're going to have to keep in and around that area, which is why I think Gamed are just about getting themselves in them positions. Glucose are clearing out the Caitlyn's trap there, and there it is. Dragon spawns. So again, wave just been pushed, kept it nice and even. 25 minutes 30 into this one, 10-8, ladies and gentlemen, and 2 dragons to the good for Gamed at the moment. LowLandLions going to try to pick up a dragon here. They don't have a 5-man. They do have a 5-man, actually. I lied, that was stacked up on the minimap when I was looking. Carthus is in that bush. There they are. Clairvoyance goes down. We can see them making the move. So it is going to be a disputed, the first disputed, I must say, first disputed dragon of the game. 26 minutes in, which is kind of unusual. LLL need to pick this one up. They've lost the last 2. Now Alibaba's going to start things off, going straight in with that ulti. Assis taken down very low. Assis is going to be targeted by Kalkin. Kalkin taken down. Oh my god, did you see the damage on Kalkin there? Ripped apart by Vayne. He started going down as well. This is going Pete on Glucoses is going to go down, but there is going to be a second as well. Alibabar just about surviving, and that was, I think, a 3-for-2. Yes, it was. A 3-for-2 in there. Can they take down Sansa? Take it down very low. It will be the dot from Tabs, taking him down. Very nicely played there. Dragon is going to get picked up. Oh, Alibaba's going to have to try and escape this one. Tabs needs to be careful he doesn't turn left and go straight for him. Instead, it is going to be Aurelia backing off there. And that was actually a 3-for-3. But the third dragon now picked up by Gamed. And really, say contested, but simply it wasn't contested that well. I don't know whether Sneaky just didn't get himself positioned well. Sneaky now with our Phantom Dancer. He did get targeted very quickly, as well as Kalkin getting targeted almost instantly there as well. Getting ripped apart. I think it was Vayne that just destroyed him. Oh, I love Pony's going to get caught out here by Kalkin's ulti, and Tabs will pick up the kill. Tabs now on a mission. Tabs must have quite the most kills, yeah, 8-3-1, so picking up over half the kills for LowLandLions so far, and a fed AP hero can be quite dangerous, especially if they haven't built much magic resist. You can see Witsend now being built just for that purpose. It's not great, it's not massive magic resist, but it helps and it gives you attack speed as well. So an early Baron possibly coming out from LowLandLions. Will they pick it up? They have a good ward placement. I don't think... Yeah, there's the Clairvoyance going down. Finally, they are going to come for it, but Alibaba's just going to slow them down, and that is going to be the Baron picked up by LowLandLions. Very nicely done. Reactive play there from LowLandLions after picking up that kill on Aurelia. Aurelia is going to be kicking himself. It is Isle of Ponies kicking themselves for getting caught out there. Really, it just stayed around too long, tried to keep that lane pushed too long, out of position, with Tabs just poking and prodding. Has got that brilliance potion as well, so 333 ability pen now with that nuclear large rod. Probably has a massive chunk of gold because Tabs picked up 4 kills in the last wave, so that's going to be the top turret going down very quickly. Gangplank is going to join them. Where are Game now here? Really, LowLandLions are going to want to push and get this inner turret down. They have that Baron buff on. 28 minutes gone. Just got a glimpse of a cease there out the side. He doesn't want to come dashing in just yet. You know, he wants to obviously dive himself in there and go for the kill. Meanwhile, you can see him just poking and prodding that tower down to 580 hit points. Alibaba is going to get caught with that slow, as he doesn't want to go too aggressive just yet. They do have that massive chunk of damage that they can burst out there with that Baron buff, and of course it's all about Amumu trying to catch them all in an ulti. At the moment they're not really in a position to do that. Caitlyn is going to get a couple of shots and probably take this turret down without issues. The Alibaba using the Gangplank buff to help, so Alibaba has managed to build up that Trinity Force as well. So Trinity Force on both the top lane players so far. Still Aurelia is ahead in builds compared to Gangplank, but that GP5 will be helping now. As the game goes longer, the GP5 really does kick in. missing out really on massive farm time. Is he Aurelia down the bottom? This could be another inner turret, you know. There are 4v5 here. Tabs is actually clearing out the jungle as well. Has picked up the blue buff from Game's jungle. So Gamed are in a little bit of trouble here, despite the fact being 3 dragons up. That singular Baron really has turned things around for LowLandLions, and they're staying. Look, they're full health. They've not really been harassed, despite the fact they can't be. Oh, now they're going to go for it, though. It's going to be Amumu. Will he manage to get his ulti off? Yes, he will do. That's going to be the ulti as well. Karthus will get a kill in there. Tabs is going to turn around and get 1 kill. Karthus' ulti is not going to pick up enough, though. And that will be, I think, a 1-for-1. A 2-for-1, sorry. Because Amumu went down in there. And like I said, Isle of Ponies just wasn't there. And it's going to get taken down very lowly. And that will be a second inner turret down there. And really Gamed were like, you know, we've got to do something here. But the fact is that we're 4v5 when they initiated, which has just put them immediately on the back seat. Now Aurelia is trying to do as best he can. And Gasensi's coming back in as well, but that's going to be another turret down. Wow, that's 4 turrets with this Baron buff. It really have turned it down very well here. 30 minutes gone. And what a quick 2 minutes it's been since that Baron buff was picked up. The ping goes down. They're going to just farm out those buffs, or resources, as Rivington would like to call them, and that's exactly what they are doing, taking all the resources from the opposition and using them against them. It's the way to do it. Sneaky is just going to pick up this wave. Look at it, it's perfect. He's like, I could get a Piltover across there. Yes! I knew what was going through his mind there. It's one of those things as when you play those ADs, you're like, oh, they're lined up nicely for me as I miss out the top gank. As I'm guilty of being freaked there. I was talking about CS. Sorry guys, sorry. 31 minutes gone in this game. 16-13. Pretty even in kills. Baron buff is certainly going to Ofsted? That's a government government agency. Offset is what I wanted. Offset against the dragon, or the 3 dragons that Game picked up, and I would expect it to be 4 dragons very soon. So, how are Gamed now going to respond? They had such a big advantage. They were in the driving seat, really. They were winning the team fights, and it is backfired massively. Ooh, Isle of Ponies diving on towards Gangplank now. Alibaba just about escaping with the skin of his teeth there. Probably laughing over Ventrilo or TeamSpeak or Mumble or whatever the hell they use. Maybe even they use Skype, who knows. Sneaky almost getting caught out by it as well, having to net shot away. So Tams is going to pick up the blue. Let's have a look at what Tams is now. 499 AP. Has got that Rabbit on Death Cap and a Will of the Ancients. Very nice. Starks picked up by Ishtai. Wow, they're going to be loving it for that. So that's going to give them the AE steal, gives the aura, gives the life steal to the whole team. They're going to be liking that one. Oh, and here we go. Atmars, Anna Shirelias. So we've got the speed buff coming out from Alibaba, and of course that AE hits that you get from it. Expect a Warmog's probably going to follow. Sneaky in the meantime has got himself that last whisper, so he's getting all that armor pen, attack speed and lifesteal all in one big hit. Let's have a look towards the opposition if I'm going to be able to get chance to. Cow King, what's he gone with? He's gone with the Warmogs, so he's built up that health, is going to go for the Atmars following. You can see the armor in there. Let's have a look towards the opposition. What have they been able to do? Amumu now trying to build up the I think it's the Frozen Heart, isn't it? He's going with the Glacial Shroud there. Quick look back down again. Void Staff picked up by Karthus. Karthus now up to... what are you up to? 447 AP. Has got obviously the armor pen and the health coming from that Rod of Ages. Wow, you see Sand just getting caught out there. The trap and the shot from, I think it's just Tabs and Sneaky there, almost destroying him in one quick wave. So they are poking and prodding on this turret. One might say they are chipping away, which is what I might say. Ponies is trying his best to cover off that mid, while LowLandLions prod on it. You can see Nocturne's just gone up there to keep that wave pushed. A cease, wow, getting taken out very low left from Alibaba. Oh, Glucose is going to dive in for this one. It is bad times! really gone backfiring on them. They're going to lose 3 in the opening exchange. I think Alibaba's going to get exhausted though. Now it's suddenly turning. Isle of Ponies is going to get exhausted. That's going to be 1, 2 picked up, and now Tab's taken down very low. We'll try and throw that poison out. Does have that slowing effect, but he missed it on Isle of Ponies. And that actually turned out quite well for Game there. It was a 2 for 2. And really, it was Gangplank went diving in and then got immediately exhausted. And then, wow, they just, Isle of Ponies and Sense managed to get involved. Isle of Ponies is going to have to clear out this big wave. But, you know, after massive amounts of damage destroyed, look at that, he's thinking of going for sand there. Tabs was thinking about it. He's just like, not really sure where the others are. I shouldn't go for it. I should port back. I'm only on 400 hit points. Yeah, there you go. Ping goes down. Baron has spawned 18, 15 kills. And again, that tower is standing. And LowLandLions are going to reform, regroup. So we've got a Quicksilver Sash on Caitlyn now to get out of that Amumu ulti. Also got himself an agility potion running. I'm seeing a piece of red candy as well, which I guess is probably the brilliance potion. It's a little tricky to tell. We have got the Halloween items on there. You go. Clairvoyance down from Game, so Game know exactly what is afoot. As you can see, Assis heading that way. No ward placements here from LowLandLions. I think they put a cookie down there, didn't they? A trap. And the inhibitor has respawned as well. So Game don't need to worry too much about that just now. They will have a wave of super minions, and I think that might be another one. Yes, it is. So 2 waves of super minions, but other than that, look at that face checking. Using the Cow King's Q to check it was clear. And Assis has had to back off, which is going to trigger LowLandLions to go for Baron here. They have got the Game know it. Glucosa wants to get in and catch his ulti there. Ward going down, that's going to clear it. Alibaba's going to go in for them and really just force them away. They have picked up the Baron. LowLandLions really nicely detracting from the action there. Had cleared it out the minute they saw Assis go back to have to clear out these super minions, which are still beating on the inhibitor, by the way. Ooh, are they going to catch anyone out coming around the side? They tried to. They are going to have to go straight for this inhibitor. They have got the Baron buff. They surely got the big advantage here. That's going to go down very quickly. Rotate straight down towards the bottom. They have a small wave. It's not really a big wave to deal with. They could get caught out. They do manage to put, look at that. Did you see Alibaba's parlay doing the AE damage? Alibaba going to get caught out. Alibaba will get taken down there. Sneaky also taking up very low. Ishtar might well go down in this wave. He's going to back away. Oh, he's going to get slowed by a C, so Howling Gale's not going to save him, I don't think. Low Ace will go across. Sneaky's sniping shot. Oh, he's took him to a nothing. Will the tank unit? No, the tank unit didn't take him down. He must be on nothing. Does use its ulti and does get away with it. I think he's still there. No. He managed to get away with it. So that was a 2 for nothing from Game there. Nice defensive work. I thought when they went for it, it was kind of ballsy. They didn't really have a big wave to block it with, and they caught out of position there. And Game lived to fight another day. 18-17, dragging it back, but that second Baron will put LowLandLions quite a way ahead in turrets in terms of gold. Now, obviously, again, taking that inhibitor down again as well. But the longer they leave it, the more Game will just farm up. You know, with these super minions, we've seen Sense was up here, getting its free farm, and again, Isle of Ponies getting that free farm. Has got himself a Banshee's Veil now. He's not going to be worried at all about Tabs, really. And Tabs is almost certainly going to be the target along with Caitlyn. Although, saying that, Alibaba's gone down very quickly the last few times. Now you can see he's got himself that Giant's Belt in there. Sneaky coming down. A bit of a pickaxe. Is he surely... No, he's going. I don't know what he's going. Is he? He's not going for an Infinity Edge. I wouldn't have thought so. No, I'm not too sure. I was going to say Last Whisper, but he's already got a Last Whisper, so I don't know what he's building that into. Maybe he's just going to go for ultimate damage. Cow King has got himself at Mox. Alibaba on his way to it with that Trinity Force as well, and Shirelius, remember. So Alibaba, once he does get that, he'll be doing a massive chunk of damage with that parlay. And obviously the buff is going to help Sneaky massively. Shirelius and his buff, which he just used there. And that's, look at that. You can see the turret going down so quickly there. Sneaky just getting a couple of shots on him. Alibaba, I thought Alibaba was going to use the shot on there. No, he doesn't. Sneaky will take it down. Just continuing to pile onto Glucose. Glucose going to flash in, use his ulti. They're going to dive on towards Sneaky, but looks like Sneaky going to get caught again now by the double stun ulti. Alibaba, that crowd control is really working in their favour. That's all crowd control now used up. Alibaba's trying to stay in there, and he's going to get taken down in the process. Oh, wow. And Karthus, with his ulti, I think took down Janna as well, trying to escape. So that's going to be a 3 for 0. Really, that combination of a Mumu and Sona is really absolutely destroying LowLandLions so far, and that's actually put the gold advantage, or certainly the kill advantage, into Game's favour. 39-34 here. The Dragon, the 1,000 gold across the team is not going to be massive. Oh, Tabs is going to get caught out by Sense here. He's going to have to turn around and reply. Look at that, bursting him down now, and Sense is going to res, but I think he's going to get taken straight down. Yes, he will do. Kalkin's going to turn around. They could go from here. It's only Sam the Glucosa. There's no damage at all. Tabs had backed away from that one. Kalkin's going to continue. Will he have enough to get the fear down? He will do. Aurelia, I think I just saw Sense actually, coming in. No, it wasn't Sense, because Sense has just got killed. It was, I'll tell you who it was Karthus. I think Karthus coming in there, which actually made them back away. So, Sense going in a little too aggressive there, trying to pick up that Dragon. Thought he could take down Tabs. Didn't realise that Cow King was in the range of his ulti. That ulti really does help. He can just zip across the map from a long distance. That's going to take it to 19-20 in terms of kills. Very even and very aggressive. 39 kills with 40 minutes gone, averaging a kill a minute, just under, or just over, should I say. So, Sand has got himself at Shirelia's Reverie, or he or she, or what he is, I don't know. Heart of Gold, Cage's lucky pick, pretty standard stuff, really. Alibaba yet to complete his Warmogs. Keep trying to pick on Sneaky, but I can't. Tabs now 131 AP, so he is going to hurt. So look at towards Sense. Sense has got himself, Phantom has got himself that Guardian Angel, which we just saw in action. Has got a second BF sword, so going to go for, and actually he's got the cloak as well, so going for that Infinity Edge as well. So mid respawn is inhibitor is about to respawn. Bottom one yet to be taken down. They are pinging it, so they want to go for it. No towers to deal with this time, so it is going to be a straight 5-on-5 fight. But you need to keep an eye on the combo, which has been really destroying LowLandLions, which is Glucosa diving in, popping his ulti, Sam following it straight up with his ulti, and really just completely controlling 2 or 3 members of LowLandLions, giving Karthus the time to just lay waste to everyone there, followed by I Love Ponies and Sense. We have a bunch of agility potions here, and you can see poking onto Sam there. Tabs, Sneaky, sorry it was. Alibaba going in. Did he just use his Shirelias to get away there? I'm not too sure. Slowbar going across from a cease there. They got a ward around here. Eshtai doesn't actually have an Oracle potion, so can't see that they have a ward. He's probably just thought, you know what, I bought enough of them. Screw you guys. I've got you as Starks. How's about you buy me something? How's about you do something for me? Caitlyn's going to pick up the red. So despite the fact they've been losing out in these team fights, they have got them pushed, keeping them in the base. Game, though, are well aware of the fact that they can just win a big team fight here, and they will really be able to push on, possibly even get an inhibitor down. They'll definitely get one of the inners down, or, more to the point, probably go straight for a Baron, because Baron must be due soon. It's at 42.58. Baron buff ran out a while back. I didn't see what time they picked it up, and they didn't mark it down either. That's lazy casting for you right there, not writing anything down. I'm kind of keeping my eye on the action. And you know what, that 1 kill per minute stat is really draining away now, because we've hit that stalemate period, which you sometimes get. But the players know what's up for grabs here. Like I say, it was 1,500, I think it was euros, or there or thereabouts. It is the AMD eSports Finals. This was an online tournament played out by eSports Heaven, which is a Heaven Media website. Heaven Media, who've done really quite a lot for Counter-Strike Source and Call of Duty 4 in the past. Currently lending their ear to League of Legends, which I think when this spectator mode comes out, I think we're going to be seeing a lot more tournaments suddenly springing up because people are going to be able to cover them. They're going to be able to lend coverage for them. And I think I'm about to get really busy, which is a shame because Battlefield 3 is about to come out, and I love Battlefield 3. I'm going to be all over that shit tomorrow. It is going live. Here we go. Baron up. And the fight happening. Alibaba's been split apart here. This is bad positioning by Alibaba. He does not want to be here. It's a 4-1 split. Slow coming across. Alibaba's going to get caught out by Sense. Sense will get a shot on him. Sense has got himself at Infinity Edge as well. That's going to back him up. And now Nocturne is thinking, should I just go? And they, you know what? They've got stacks on their inhibitors. Gamed have to do something here. The longer LowLandLions managed to delay them, which is exactly what they're doing. They are delaying them. And they're saying, are you going to come around here? I think. Clairvoyance goes down. And they have started on the Baron. Choking it down. LowLandLions taking their time. Biding the time. The ulti coming in from Alibaba is going to back out. That's going to wear them down more than anything. It's down to half now, the Baron. Now they're going to go in for it, surely. Are we going to see Nocturne diving in, trying to steal it? Yes, he will. They really get in there. Steal. They do. They get the steal. And that's going to be LowLandLions stealing with the third Baron. That's going to be a massive destruction on the team. Sneaky will go down very quickly there, though. Cow King also getting ripped apart by Sense. Sense is going to pick him down. And that has actually turned very well in the favour of Game, despite the fact they got the Baron stole off them. You can hear the ally has been slain multiple times, but the minions did manage to take down that bottom inhibitor. I think the other inhibitor might go as well. So in terms of worth it, well, yes, I would say so. They got the Baron and they got an inhibitor, despite the fact they lost 4 kills to 2. And also look at that inhibitor taken quite low as well, 860. That will regen itself though. And they're having to come back. So, I think it was Nocturne. I'm not too sure whether it was Nocturne that went in. I saw Nocturne use his ulti and go in. Whether he managed to smite it, I didn't see whether it was maybe Caitlyn that managed to get the shot across to it. I saw somebody else going in there, so I wasn't quite. It was pretty crazy action. Baron at 52.50. We are at 46.12 right now. And the Sense has incredible damage now as well. With that Guardians up as well, he's kind of, it makes him not be the target because it's someone you don't want to go for, but he's really pumping out the damage. Phantom Dancer, Infinity Edge, Bloodthirster. Just look at it, just ripping that tower apart before anyone can even get back and respond to it. Ironically, Ishtar is the only one that survived with the Baron buff. Not really that useful, but you never know. He's got himself at Shirelius. So 2 Shirelias now on LowLandLions. Alibaba is going to continue pushing up mid. Actually turned it, went for a Banshee's Veil before the Warmogs. I did wonder. I saw he's got the Negatron Cloak. I was wondering if that was what he was going for, and it was. So that's going to be the Dragon picking up LowLandLions. Around about even in terms of Dragon. So LowLandLions still quite far ahead in gold. They've picked up 3 Barons now. And probably about 3-3 in terms of Dragons. Maybe 4-3, I don't know. And I actually had a slight lag poke there, which was kind of worrying for me. I thought the game might have crashed. We are 47.5 minutes into this one, so pity my voice. So I'm going to take a quick sip, because frankly you can only go on so long without water hitting your voice, and it's being ripped apart right now. So, look at stats, 3-5-14 for Caitlyn. It's not working too well. He's not being getting the kill shots, but it doesn't matter. He's got himself built up enough. 301 CS to 340 CS, the 2 AD carries. 310 CS to 278 CS, the 2 AP carries. At the top, 205 to 382 for Aurelia. So, it's safe to say Aurelia is a long, long way ahead in terms of build, but really at this stage, probably not that important. Aurelia does have the Guardian Angel, so we've got 2 Guardian Angels here for game, so I can see which way they're going, and it makes sense to me. At this stage of the game, Guardian Angels, they make sense. In a normal game, when you call a Tyrant like ones, that's when you're kind of wasted, but when you're in this game, the 2 major damage dealers, and when you've got such crowd control between Glucosa and Sand, obviously Assis doesn't want to go for it, there's no point. He's up to 707 AP. incredible stuff. Tabs is up to 564, so he's a long way ahead in terms of AP. That's really going to hurt. That is nasty. That is nasty. He's also got a going for the Zhonya's Hourglass as well, see, so he's going to have another chunk to go with it very shortly, along with Zhonya, so he's just going to make himself that invincibility while everyone tries to blow their abilities on him. So GAMED are in a strong position, despite the fact they are pushed right into their base. They do have that inhibitor in mid still exposed, which I expect LowLandLions really should go for, but they're not feeling that confident, as you'd expect, because they've lost the last 3-4 team fights now, I think. In terms of kills and deaths, really they've just been destroyed in terms of team fights. And you can see Sneaky's going to continue to keep trying to push it and prod on towards that. Meanwhile, you can see the big stack being pushed down the bottom there as well. Super Minion stack, don't forget, they've got to keep their eye on this one. That's going to buy them time to get on there, and that's going to be a cease flashing in there. It's going to back away. Gangplank ulti going to come out. Alibaba's going to back away. Doesn't want to get caught out there. Kaylin is going to get a sniper shot on towards Isle of Pony, so ulti used there as well. The cease was taken down to half health. So touchy moments here. A couple of ultis used from LowLandLions. Only a single flash blown. I didn't notice whether Glucosa actually used his ulti in there. I was not watching that one. But the inhibitor goes down regardless, and that's going to be Sneaky actually tanking the turret down as well there. Isle of Ponies is going to come around the side there. I guess the GAMED weren't really reactive enough. They're trying to defend out there. Here we go. It's going to be the diving in there. Isle of Pony's going to go straight for Sneaky. Sneaky going to get absolutely destroyed there. Ishtar is also going to follow. No, he manages to flash away. That's going to put Tabs in a dangerous position. Manages to get his poison slowed down, trying to lay his tracks back there. Badges Vales are trying to keep Aurelia at bay. Meanwhile, Cow King was in there pushing the lanes in. You can see there's a big wave of minions. That inhibitor has respawned at the bottom though, so he's going to back away. So just the one kill. Didn't quite get that top turret either though, but they are slowly poking them away. 25 for 21 now. And again, GAMED looking very strong when it comes to team fight. So much so that LowLandLions really don't want to get near them, because you know that Amumu Sona ulti is really hurting them. And just the damage output now coming from the 3 assassins is quite strong. Well, it's 2 assassins and a bruiser, I guess you could say. Although the way he's built, he's pretty much assassinating. Oh wow, he's going for a Hextech Gunblade. He's got himself a Build-Wall Cutlass to do those. Effectively a nuke, a targeted nuke. 51 minutes now. This game, a long one, that's for sure. Let's give me the wave cleared out. Looking across, it is a fairly large file size, so I guess it's going to be a long one. I should have realised it as soon as I saw the file size. Just keeping my eye on the time. I have another Call of Duty match tonight, but you guys won't have heard that because it have already been played. You can check out that VOD. That will be over at quadv.com. Yes, I do cast other games. Alibaba now going to pick up that wave down the bottom. Let's have a look at items, because we're reaching silly phase, aren't we? And the Baron is up, as far as I'm aware. So let's have a quick look at the items. 394 CS now, nearly approaching 400. Aurelia. Here we go. GAMED going straight in for it. Clairvoyance goes down, but look at this. GAMED are feeling confident. They know that they can win a team fight. Isle of Ponies is going to dive in there. Has got Guardians up. Is going to put a chunk of damage down on Tabs. Tabs getting destroyed there. And that is going to be surely a Baron now. But down the bottom here, look at this. They are racing through. And Sneaky and Alibaba, they need to put the damage down on this very quickly, because they're going to have a very angry team coming back at them soon. They don't have the any minions with them. Cow King possibly going to get caught out from behind here, yeah, which is where the ping goes down. They don't unfortunately have the wave with them. They do have a big wave at the top, but that's going to be the Baron now going to GAMED. So that's the first Baron picked up by GAMED. There they are, they've all ported back, which is going to take a cease into that Zhonya's Hourglass as well, with 733 ability power. Wow, is those layways and ultis going to be hurting right now. So, how are LowLandLions going to reply to this? Because they have just not been there. They've not been able to compete every team fight. And really, I don't think they even wanted to compete there. They were just trying to harass them and keep them at bay. Instead, they decided to go bottom. So here we go. GAMED are going to push straight up top. They've not yet to lose a base tower, LowLandLions, but I think this could well be the time. Are they going to try and backdoor? Base race. Do they want to base race against this sort of team. I wouldn't have thought so. They've tried to keep those lanes pushed. They're not in any defensive position at the moment at all. They're nowhere near this turret. Gangplank now finally responding. How were they not reacting to get it? Now they're pinging. How are they not responding to get here so much earlier? I could see them on the map, which meant they could see them on the map. Not too sure what was the delay. Cow King out of position. Has got himself an Oracle. Really doesn't want to go down. Got himself quite tanky. It's going to take some engineering here, I think, for LowLandLions to get themselves out of this one, because GAMED are grinding them down, winning every team fight. LowLandLions, while they have the damage, are just getting CC'd. So maybe they're going to try and split apart a little bit. They're keeping grouped up at the moment, which is what Glucosa is looking for. You can see him biding his time. He's just going to bang that Shirelli out and charge in. Look how tanky he is now. Force of Nature, Frozen Heart, some 5k he had early on as well. Shirelli is in there. So he really is going to survive. And him spawning, so that's going to be the mid one. Sense, wow, with a double Phantom Dancer, sorry.
Your team has
pumping those shots out. See the Infinity Edge is also complete by Caitlyn. Oh, Shirelli has been popped by LowLandLions here. They're going to try and chase. Alibaba wants to get on the back of Assis there. Will manage to get a shot off on him. Does manage to put the ulti down. That's going to split Assis. Assis turns around, goes right. Time to suicide. I'm going to go in there. They're going to back away. Misscall coming from top spot. Well, you're going to have to wait for that one, Sunny Jim. And Game Sense is going to try and get in there using his ulti, but instead they're going to back away. Shirelli has popped left, right, and Sense there. Meanwhile, Noctis actually snuck around the back side of them. You can see he's going to go in for the inhibitor, the open inhibitor. It's, oh, look at that. They've had to back up. They have gone for the Nexus turret. I love Pony's going to come in. They're going to try and go for the second Nexus turret. He's going to throw himself at it and just try and survive if he can. He's going to go down very quickly. Will manage to get the... No, he will not get it down, and I think that's going to keep it alive. Meanwhile, back in towards the mid here, they're going to follow back on. The rest of the team had backed up, and Nocturne saying, don't die. Took it down to 866 health. That Nexus turret does respawn, but unfortunately it's not going to go down. But they got one Nexus turret down, so really a game of attrition, and LowLandLions trying their best to keep poking and prodding those lanes down. You can see that the bottom and top lane now have got waves coming in. Inhibitor has gone down there as well, so Nocturne, I don't know whether Nocturne took it down or whether it went down a moment ago at least. So don't die was the call. And Baron, I don't believe it's going to be up for a while. Yeah, I can say they've still got the buff, surely. We'll still see it on the map because they've not cleared it out. Wow, what a game. 436 CS for Aurelia, 422 for Vayne, 357 for Karthus. Incredible figures. I'd love to see what the gold per team is. At the moment we are in some crazy stages. 56 minutes 47. One big team fight is all this game needs now, and it will go the way. And really, that's kind of one of the problems that also causes the slowdown. You know, neither team snowballed enough. LowLandLions had that period where they snowballed with the Baron buff, managed to take 4 turrets down, and thought really they were just going to push on, and then they lost the turret, a team fight, and then they lost another, and another, and another, and another, and they've just... Since then, they've been like, right, okay, we've got kind of a poke team we need to... There we go, Shirelli's Reverie being used, I think. Yeah, you can see the buff being used as well by Alibaba. Doesn't want to get caught up by Glucosa. Glucosa just like, nah, you know, we're not going to catch him, let's back up there. Sam trying to use his speed buff. That's going to be the bottom inhibitor respawning for GAMED. GAMED are a 4 at the moment. Haven't seen where Aurelia is. So there's Aurelia at bottom, which is why Alibaba is trying to get a little bit aggressive. They're trying to pick off a CISO, I think they were there, because the bottom inhibitor respawning. Mid one is open as well. Are they going to go for it? Are they going to try and bait Glucosa here? Glucosa is getting very close to them. Uses a tantrum, doesn't throw out a bandage shot there, doesn't want to go. Like Alibaba's trying to say, look, come on, use it on me, use it on me. You can see he's got that Banshee's Veil up, he's got the Guardians up. He's like, yeah, come on, use it. I'll eat my oranges. The rest of the team trying to keep it away from it. And so he's just trying to bait them in. And they are poking and prodding. As you can see, he's down to half health already. Has got those onions, don't forget, but he's continually being shot and poked. And the Piltover Peacemaker. Ponies has dived in. Alibaba's popped his ulti down as well. Alibaba's going to get ripped up. The Guardian Angels will pop there. Glucosa's taken down very low. Aziz taken down very low. Sneaky can get a couple of kills here. Yes, he will. Glucosa goes down. Aziz goes down. Ponies taken down very low. A Sense is going to go down. They're going to respawn in a moment. That's going to be 1-2 down. Sense respawn. It's going to come back up. Ponies are going to come back up. They're packed away. Down to 3. Sniper shot coming across. It's going to go to all Ponies. Handling Gale across as well. Ponies picks up the kill. One shot will finish him off. It doesn't matter. Sense is going to get a kill onto his side. He's flashed away. Alibaba now in dangerous positions. Wow, what a fight. Meanwhile, the Nexus turret has gone down. They're beating away on towards the base turret. I don't believe this game. Look at it. Alibaba Ponies can't keep them away from the Nexus. The Nexus might go down here. It's down to 2,000 hit points. There was a wave just respawned, which will save his bacon. Meanwhile, the Consensus tried to come up, trying to tank the turret. He doesn't have the hit points. Alibaba nearly getting shot down by Sense there. Back towards the Nexus. It is going to survive at 2,100 hit points. 59 minutes, 30 seconds gone. This game's crazy. Crazy stuff. 30 kills there. Game do take down the first base turret, and I expect the inhibitor will follow. GG though, as the Nexus does get taken down by the super minions. Oh my god, I don't believe it. I wasn't sure whether Ponies could survive it, and he couldn't. I thought that last wave that had respawned, but 3 waves of super minions really ripped him apart. Amazing, amazing game. Well played, LowLandLions, and really a battle of attrition between the two, because it wasn't anyone getting in there. It was just a case of, we've got the lanes pushed, we're going to go for the fight. And Gamed, you could argue whether they should have pulled back there. I don't know. Should Sense and Sona come back? I don't know. Would they have been able to clear it? Maybe. Would they have been able to win it? Maybe. But really, LowLandLions and Gamed, congrats to both, because that was a great game to cast. Thanks for watching, guys. This is Deman bringing you the eSports Heaven Final, and what a great third match we had. It's just incredible, and well worth I think the 1,500 euros that someone's going to walk away with. Whew. I tell you what, I'm going to have to go take a break. So thanks for listening, guys. I'll be back with more League of Legends actions as and when they come.